It's all fun and games till someone gets shot.
All the way back on July 31st, Bandai Namco Esports tweeted an important reminder from the Tekken project and Bandai Namco Esports team. This tweet was basically saying if you're caught playing a cracked version of Tekken 8, you will not be able to participate in the upcoming Tekken World Tour 2024, right? That's going to be the first year that Tekken 8 releases. This was immediately written off by every player on the planet because most people don't even play in tournaments. One of the biggest tournaments is EVO that has about 3,000 people showing up each year. There's 10 million people who bought Tekken 7, so the numbers don't match at all. This tweet holds no one accountable. But even for the people who do participate in tournaments, it kind of means nothing. Even when a player is allegedly caught playing a cracked version, clear as day on their desktop, Bandai Namco, from what we can see, don't even budge. It's quickly swept under the rug by Spaghetti Rip, and everything continues as if nothing ever happened. You even have one tweet here of someone playing the cracked version in an actual event. Now, just judging by the background, it doesn't seem like a major event, but still, it's a complete joke. This is how little people care about the rules that Bandai Namco is enforcing. Once the closed network test wrapped up and we were expecting to play the game again, I knew and a lot of people knew it was going to be chaos all over again. Leaks everywhere. Surprisingly, there isn't that many, but then also cracked gameplay everywhere as well, especially when you talk about one of the new characters being playable this time around. Everyone would be rushing to learn as much as they can about this character and just explore her. Some, yes, for the purpose of getting better in tournaments and a leg up on everyone else, but the majority of players just want to see what the next generation of Tekken has to offer. This game is incredibly hype, and me personally, I don't fault players for wanting to get their hands on it early. Once the beta went live for PC players to download it, two things immediately happened. One, leaks everywhere. And then the second thing is, of course, they cracked it within an hour. Now the leaks, that tidal wave came and went. We all celebrated Tekken Force and then we continued with our day. But the cracks, that is something that is persisting. It just piles up. The mountain of gameplay, the mountain of discoveries. There's a lot of people on Twitter who are very frustrated by what's happening. A tweet by Joka, which was liked by Michael Murray, says, I don't know what's worse, the leakers or the people who are playing the cracked version of the game. What's different this time around in terms of the cracked gameplay is, I think, how much of it is being shared. The first time the game was actually available for everyone, so everyone was kind of playing it and everyone was kind of turning a blind eye to it. But this time around, for some reason, Bandai Namco allowed the PC players to download it 10 days before anyone can play it. So you have no one else playing it except for the people who cracked it, and then all of that gameplay is being flooded onto one, Reddit. You look at Reddit and there's a new post, sometimes multiple new posts every hour. Discovery, discovery, discovery. And then another thing that's different this time around is people uploading it to Twitter. From what I could tell in the closed network test, it was not that many people doing it. It was a kind of like a hush hush kind of thing. But this time around, a lot of people were more brazen. A tweet from Inconsiderate Raccoon responding to Overflow says this exact thing. This kind of just shows how bold people are. Bandai Namco isn't doing anything about any of this, so why should we have any fear? Look at this new discovery. Things started getting very out of hand, and Bandai Namco, they finally did something. You had two accounts on Twitter that I seen and a lot of people seen. These two accounts was non-stop posting a lot of stuff. It seems like they would play the game, tweet something, play another character, tweet something, just over and over and over again, sharing everything that they knew. You had two groups of people on Twitter, people who were upset and then people who were just laughing and trolling and just making fun of the people doing it. Somewhere around the second day of the cracked version of the game being out in the public, Bandai Namco finally took action. In the middle of the night, like a ninja, they swooped in and copyright claimed 4 posts from what I was able to see. Overflow's tweet in capturing the shock and awe says, "Y'all win, good night." The post here says, your account has been locked because Twitter received a DMC notice for content posted to your Twitter account. Under the DMCA, copyright owners can notify Twitter claiming that a user infringed on their copyright works. Upon receipt of a valid DMCA notice, Twitter will remove the identified material. At the time of making this video, Overflow was able to unlock their account and continue posting from what I could tell, but Bandai Namco hit them, and also, like I said, the Tekken world. The 4 posts that got targeted was one, a Fang combo, almost 100% damage. Another one, a Raven combo, almost 100% damage as well. This one went pretty viral. 1,000 likes, 300,000 views. For the Tekken world, a Fang power recharge effect copyright claim. And then this one went pretty viral as well. Some Kazuya combos. A lot of people was making fun of this, trolling Tekken World because I guess their skills wasn't up to par. But regardless, I find this whole situation so interesting. I always knew Bandai Namco had the ability to copyright claim people, and I always wondered why they never did it to the leaks. When the roster initially leaked, they copyright striked everyone on YouTube who shared it at the time. But they did not do the same thing to Twitter, which is where people started posting the leaks after the fact, and it went even more viral. Even when you talk about the most recent leak, the Tekken Force leak, that went ultra viral, and Bandai Namco didn't even touch it. I just can't wrap my head around why that is. Is it because people were angry? Or is it the taunting and teasing of Harada that got this person clapped? Multiple different tweets here of this person basically bragging about what they're doing. And this once again kind of speaks to the arrogance that's being displayed. And the reason why I use that word is because it's no longer just playing the game, having fun. It's now like you play the game, you spoil stuff, you put stuff on Twitter. Once you get hate, once you get like some sort of backlash, then you start like relishing in that. You're like a villain, like rubbing your hands together. The landscape around the cracked version is changing. After seeing Bandai Namco clap the cheeks on these 2 accounts, I was wondering if they would hit more people. I waited a full 24 hours to see if anything would happen, and so far no one else got hit. Not on Reddit, not on YouTube, not on Twitter. They clapped 4 random accounts and then they went silent once again. I then asked you guys, here's a poll. Should PC players lose access to future playtests because the Tekken 8 leaks and the cracked version? I asked this question because I wanted to see what you guys' opinion on all of this is. I know a lot of people love it, but also a lot of people hate it. 2 responses on this poll that I absolutely love. They cannot complain about leaks if they continue to release the beta and network test on PC. It's a trade-off. You want the PC players' feedback and involvement. Maybe you want to test the multiplayer, the netcode, the crossplay, whatever it is. Leaks and all that stuff is a trade-off. But also too, it doesn't have to be. This is where the next comment comes in. Instead of excluding PC, maybe make more protected closed network or beta against scalpers and people who are cracking it. When all this stuff first happened in the closed network test and at EVO, I was saying, where is the accountability of the developers? All of the stuff that was being data mined, yes, you can point fingers and say PC players are spoiling it. But the real question at hand is, why is this stuff in there in the first place? You know, every single thing that we discovered was removed from the version of the beta. After players went in and found it, the developers then went in and then removed that stuff from the game, so it's no longer a part of the beta. The question is, why didn't they do that from the start? Whenever you're giving anything to the PC players, that should be your #1 priority, is to make sure there's nothing there. I mean, look at Tekken Force. That thing leaked and